Hi guys, good morning. Welcome back to my channel. Every time I say that, I think about Jeffree Star for some reason. Okay, so today is the 6th lesson of Unit 8. Okay, in the background, again, we have the music that you recommended. Today we're playing Bad Bunny. Okay. Let's get to it. So yesterday we talked about, or in the last lesson, we talked about tangent lines. Today we're gonna talk about chords. Okay, again, chords are basically lines that's inside the circle. It doesn't go past the circle. It doesn't go beyond it. It doesn't stop midway. It's from one side to another. Okay, it could look like different lines, but as long as the line stops inside and touching the circle, it's called a chord. Okay, that's simplified version of the definition. So let's look at how do I find out the length of segments created by two chords. Let's color code everything because I like colors, even though I'm not an art teacher, but I like to make my paper colorful. You know, it's for me. So it's telling me that AE, so AE is this segment right here, multiply by EB. So you see how it intersects at E. That's the middle point. It touches, so let me zoom in here to really see the picture for you guys. Okay. Like that. Okay. So it says that first segment of the chord, AE, multiplied by EB. Okay, so that means part of it, AE multiplied by EB, is going to get me the same value of ECE, which is this line segment right here. It stops at the intersection, okay? So CE multiplied by ED. Some people might say, Ms. Zane, that's kind of impossible, right? Because obviously, line segment AB or chord AB is longer than CD. How can you know, that doesn't even make sense. I know what you're trying to say, but I'm not finding the distance, right? I'm not asking you what is line segment CD and what is line segment AB and asking you to find that out. I'm asking you to find parts of it, and that's why this formula is going to help us. So I'm going to zoom out and let's try one of the problems, okay, to see how this really gonna work. So it says exercise 4 over here, but it's actually exercise 1 for you, okay? So in the diagram below, chord AB. Okay, so chord AB intersect chord CD. So that means AB and CD intersecting at point E, right there. If DE is 2x plus 8. Okay, so let me use my color ink. Okay, so it tells me that ED is 2x plus 8. Okay, so that means this line segment right here is 2x plus 8. And EC is 3. Okay. AE is equal to 4x minus 3. So AE is this one right here. This blue line, which is 4x minus 3. And EB, okay, so the other parts of the same chord is equal to 4. I'm asking what is x? Okay, so refer back to what we learned before. It tells me that part of the chord multiplied by the other part is equal to the product of the other segments of the second chord, right? That might sound a little mouthful, but let's do a problem. DC is a chord. It's being separated into two segments. So this is saying that if I call CD, this chord, as segment 1, that I need to multiply these two segments, right? So it's 3 multiplied by 2x plus 8. Because this is the same chord. It's going to be equal to that the product of the other segments of the other chord. So it's going to be 4 multiplied by 4x minus 3. Okay, so let's try it. So not cross multiply, distribute, right? 3 times 2x is going to be equal to 6x, plus 3 times 8 is going to be equal to 24. It's going to be equal to 4 times 4, which is equal to 16x, and 4 times negative 3. Be careful with the negative sign. So 4 times negative 3 is going to be equal to negative 12. Okay? So now, minus 6x, right? Minus 6x. 24 is going to be equal to 10x minus 12. Plus 12 plus 12. This is where your algebra skill kicks in. I hope you guys still remember algebra, okay? So 24 plus 12 is going to be equal to 36. Divided by 10, divided by 10. So that means x is going to be equal to 36 divided by 10 is going to be equal to 3.6. Some people panic. I'm saying this is not a whole number. I do not understand. And that's okay. All right. We like decimals. It doesn't bother us because we're grown-up people who are not afraid. Okay. Let's look at exercise 2. It says exercise 5, but it's actually exercise 2 for you. Okay. I have diagram circle O. Circle O, chord CD. Bisect chord AB. Uh-oh. I see 2 vocabularies that should ring a bell for you. First thing, chord. Chord, okay. Stops over here, stops over there. Check, I know what a chord is, okay? Intersecting at point E. Same mode, same mode. But, I'm looking at the word bisect. Uh-oh. Some people are panicking. Some people are like, Miss A, I don't know what bisect is. Then you should go back to a unit 1 to look at the definition. Okay? Bisecting, meaning that it cuts something in exactly half into 2 equal parts. So if they say that CD bisect chord AB, that means line segment or chord CD, it's cutting chord AB into 2 equal parts. Okay, so let's continue reading. It says CE. Okay, so let me take out my color ink again. So CE is equal to 2. So this line segment is 2. And AB, okay, I'm going to switch to a different color because CE and AB are 2 different chords, right? So now AB, this entire thing is equal to 8. Find out what ED is. Okay, so I'm going to use the same blue. Question mark. All right. Before I continue, I know that from today's lesson, I know that the product of segments of one chord is going to be equal to the product of the segments of the other chord. So that means if I need to find out what ED is, I need to multiply the 2 segments. So that means I need to multiply 2 by ED, right? I don't know what ED is, so I'm going to label that as X. I know that it's going to be equal to the product of the other chord, but I do not know. I only know the entire length of AB, which is 8. I do not know what's AE, or I don't know what's EB. But I can find it out because of the word bisect. Bisect, again, it's cutting into 2 equal pieces, right? So if CD is bisecting AB, meaning it cuts AB in half, if the whole thing is 8, then that means that AE is going to be half of 8, right? So that means it's cutting in half. Then that means EB should also be 4. Now, I can finish this. So it's going to be equal to the product of the other segments of the other chord. So it's going to be 4 times 4. 2x is equal to 16 divided by 2 on both sides. So x should be equal to 8. they're asking me to find out what ED is. So ED, I labeled it as X before, so that means ED is going to be equal to 8. Okay? So ladies and gentlemen, on your PDF, on your paper, right, you see practice questions on the bottom. So I want you to try that, and there should be Delta Math assignments for lesson 6, so for today. Okay? So I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.